Hi, welcome to the Paulding Child Advocacy Center. Come on in. Hi, my name is Latanza-LaSha Abuarre. I am the Family Advocate Multidisciplinary Team Facilitator for the Paulding Child Advocacy Center. When families arrive to our center, first and foremost, I make sure they're comfortable. This is introducing them to our bathrooms. This is just explaining the process to the family, and this is to get them to fill out any initial paperwork necessary for us to do our job effectively and efficiently. Typically, I'm going to be going over everything we do here, and we're just verifying that everyone understands why they are at our center, who we work with, and the services that we are going to provide. I also get them to fill out a household information form. As a family advocate, I know that it is important to note that when one person is dealing with an issue, the whole family is dealing with the issue. So again, first thing, we try to make the family feel comfortable, and then I get to know their family. So I let families know we all go through situations. Typically, when individuals arrive here, they don't know what to expect. They don't understand that we do view a great, complete, diverse amounts of trauma here. So we work with everything from spanking to homicide, if I could put it in scope for everyone, and a lot of things in between. This is going to be dealing with all kinds of different allegations that children are putting forth. So reminding parents that we hear these things on a daily basis and reminding them that they're not the first family that we've encountered that's went through this situation kind of puts them on ease to be a little more forthcoming. Also, I let families know that I know why they're here, and I am not judging them. This is not a place for shame. This is not a place where anyone's in trouble. And so I kind of lead with, do you have any questions for me to make you more comfortable? Families tend to tell me a lot of things. I think that it's important that we know where they're struggling and what help they need, because this is going to help with the healing process. A lot of times when families are coming in here, they're already worried about court. They're already worried about having to be in touch with law enforcement or maybe DFACS or the schools. And we really want them to know that coming in here, you can tell me anything. I really want that you express your needs. Sometimes getting back to the basics of what they're going through really helps with the transition into them properly healing throughout the entirety of the process. You're going to need a lot of love and grace. You're going to need a lot of love and grace to give to parents, because again, this is a neutral agency. We want to make sure they know that we are not judging them. I think having the gift of interpersonal communications, effective, active listening is definitely strong suits that you're going to need, and also the gift of gab. What one family needs could pertain to the schools, so I make sure I am in good working relations with the schools of Paulding County, extended if I need to. I'll reach out to whomever the family has put as a point of contact for the specific issues that they're currently going through. So the resources that we provide, if it is food-based, if it is for clothes, domestic violence situations, maybe they need help filling out the crime victims compensation packet, which lists a plethora of different services, including counseling, medical expenses, loss of wages, coroner, sanitation. I make sure I have strong networks with my community partners who also help me gauge what resources we have available for families. Again, because every family is different, you never know what specific need they have. It could be something as simple as shoes for one family to make them feel better in school. It could be housing. It could be a new car. It could be a computer. It could be a lot of things, and although we don't necessarily have all the things they need here, we do have community partners that could assist them. If we do know that a child is uncomfortable, we do have multiple waiting rooms where we can separate family members out until we better understand the dynamic of their situation. Here at the Paulding Child Advocacy Center, we don't necessarily host our alleged offenders. We don't, because we don't want that a child is intimidated to speak with us, to tell the truth, to be honest and open, and we definitely don't want to send them out of our center into another crisis. So again, we kind of separate the families. speak with the team, kind of note the things that we are assuming, and we ask the relevant questions. This is about being honest. This is about being able to ask families questions without fear, and let them know that we're not judging them. We just want to make sure we are following protocol. As I tell all families, give yourself some love and grace, because behind every door there's a situation. Sometimes they're positive, sometimes they're negative, but if you don't deal with them now, you're going to have some problems. I tell people, do not trade short-term discomfort for long-term dysfunction. And since life is a marathon and not a sprint, it's better that we start the healing process now. All right. Welcome in. This is our waiting room here at the Paulding Child Advocacy Center. Again, we want to make sure our families are comfortable. So there's places to sit. You can really spread out in here, play with some toys. We have stuffed animals. We even have blankets. We try to make sure if families are a little nervous or need some background noise, we can put on Netflix while they're in this area. I will state, while children are speaking with the conversationalist forensic interviewer of our center, I come back in and take care of our caregivers. That consists of different resources, not only papers that they need to fill out, excuse notes, but also our caregiver handbook. Inside this caregiver handbook, we have a victim's bill of rights, crime victim compensation packet. We also have some questions and answers for our families that maybe they don't think of when they're here, because their mind's just on so many different topics of this process. We know that families are dealing with a lot when they come into our center. Sometimes they're going to need some help regulating their emotions. We do have donated box set emotion kits for kids, and we have literature resources that were written by the Child Advocacy Centers of Georgia to provide to our caregivers. We do offer our clients therapy services on site if we have availability. Also, I am a resource as I do continue on the process with my families, and I don't want them to think it ends there. If a family needs us, we want to make sure they know not only are we going to be reaching out, but they can reach out as well.